Here we are at BoSynch TV. Welcome to day 3 of Beef 2012. There are literally thousands of people out there. We've got key producers, we've got sunny days, we've got industry personnel. I hope you're enjoying the BoSynch TV over the last few days. Enjoy today's episode.
I'm sitting here with a special guest, Henry Burke. Henry Burke from an Australian agricultural company from the Northern Territory. Mate, thanks for coming on the show.
I oversee or provide direction for 400,000 head of cattle in the north that our company own. At the genetic conference said to me, hey, this is the top end of the business, what we're measuring and how we're going about it, and here's the slight gains we're showing you today. What's that going to look like in 20 years? I think that's when the big bang for the buck is going to come through from a genetic gain point of view.
Are you feeling positive about the future?
Yep, yeah, I am. I've been in it for 30 years. I've been at the same company for 30 years. I've raised a family and had a good life in doing that, and I think those opportunities are still there today going forward.
I have Matt here from ABS. Matt, how are you going?
Good, Rogan, good. Well, I think there's been a real drive towards setting up cows for a timed insemination. Part of my reason for coming here was to learn a bit more from Gabriel Bo. So we'll be implementing the programs that we've learnt up here. Yeah, well, basically the sorted product or the sexed product gives you a 90% likelihood of a heifer calf. So it's a pretty simple maths really. You get more heifer calves, you make more money.
Thanks very much for dropping in, Matt. Thank you. Appreciate it. We've got another very special guest here today. We've got a Warren Giffen.
Okay, yeah, well we've done artificial breeding for a long time, and with the time factor and the restraints that we haven't got time to sit around looking at the cows coming on heat. And so the students and I researched different products on the market, progesterone-based products for our needs, and we found that based on our research, we decided to try the BoSynch protocols, which we did 2 years ago. We got good success out of that. We've got some beautiful little calves which will go into our breeding program from reputable studs in the state. I think it's vitally important that they can see the system from the beginning to the end, and they follow through the whole processes of the production processes at the school and then through to the marketing and the exhibition marketing and that sort of thing. Things such as your new website, being able to get on there and just ask or look at forums or research different products is going to be very useful for not only students but farmers and anyone who's interested in those sorts of areas.
I've got here next to me Alan Kedsley. Alan is a cattle producer from around Armidale way in New South Wales.
That's what I've been doing, is going around and looking at bulls at AI places and seeing what there is and looking at the EBVs, and that's the only way you can improve your herd, is looking through all that. Bill
Hoffman from Hoffman Consulting. Bill, welcome to the show.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here.
What part does genetics and the improvements in efficiencies in breeding programs in particular are a part of this cost price squeeze solution?
From the work we do, it's really clear that that a real key profit driver is that kilograms of beef, the amount of kilos of beef that you produce to sell to generate that income. Fertility is where it starts. Maximising the number of calves maximising the number of live calves that are there on the ground year in, year out, is the number one starting point for increasing those kilograms of beef.
Hi, I'm sitting here with the General Manager of Bayer Animal Health for Australia New Zealand, Udo Klein. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Have you enjoyed your time here at Beef Week in Rockhampton?
Absolutely, it's just impressive what you can see here.
How do you think animal health in Australia and New Zealand today is playing a pivotal role in assisting the producers, be it sheep, cattle or agriculture as a whole?
Animal health is an absolute important part of the production scheme as soon as you produce livestock animals. In Australia we have a lot of problems with parasites, being ectoparasites sitting outside or endoparasites inside, which are reducing weight gain and are at least a nuisance to the animals. And so if an animal doesn't feel well, they're not producing the meat or milk or the wool you want to harvest from them. And the more animal on a shrinking size of land you're producing, the more likely it is that they're spreading diseases and parasites. And so animal health is really an important part of the herd production and the production of livestock goods.
We have John McHugh, the CEO of the Hereford Society. Mate, thanks for coming on the show.
Pleasure, Rogan. Good to be here. And look, perhaps the first thing I would say is that, you know, Herefords is probably one of the oldest and most recognised beef breeds in the country, if not in the whole world. So, but I think over a period of time, for some reason, that breed or that brand, some people have forgotten about some of the fabulous attributes that the breed actually has got. Its temperament, its feed conversion, its whole durability, its mothering capacity, all those things which Herefords have been renowned for years. We need to focus back on some of those core characteristics. I've spoken to a lot of beef producers, Angus and Hereford, predominantly Hereford, but everyone says the same thing about the black baldy. What a terrific animal. We know that we're really lucky with Herefords that we have got a heads up on fertility, because as a breed they're really well regarded for their fertility. That crossing your Angus with your Hereford bull was giving it those female progeny were giving a 7% lift in fertility again.
Don, it's your first beef week in Rockhampton, mate. How have you found the steaks?
Well, what can you say? They're fantastic.